Minister tour today in Northwest Manchester.
Tell me what happened. Eh? You didn't get to see the Prime Minister? And that's why you're crying? Oh no. Sorry about that, Papa. Huh? Sorry about that. Huh? You got late. What happened, Kai? Huh? What you wanted to say? Huh? And say what? Hmm? You wanted to see a Prime Minister? Oh no, sorry about that here. We went out late because we were down there before and they were at Hatfield. So when they're passing by, we went out late. So that's why you miss. I'm sorry about that. Never mind, yeah? Never mind. Alright, Papa. Alright, Tosh. Never mind. Alright, come, let's go home.
Now, those young men, little boys, were weeping because they didn't get the opportunity, as maybe their friends did, to see, hold, and touch their Prime Minister in live and living colors, seeing that he is on the road, he's out there, he is on the streets, and he's touching people, meeting people, greeting people. They didn't get that chance, and as a result, they're weeping. Back in my day, Mr. King, I don't know much that I would cry about, because I think, Ton, I don't know if you're afraid of insects, but when there are insects in my house and everybody was running to stand on the chairs so that either the lizard or whatever it is running so that it just doesn't touch them. I was the one sent out with the sword, proverbially, to fight off the monsters that my grandmother just didn't like. As I don't know much that I'd cry about, but one thing is for sure, two things for certain. The Prime Minister will need to pay a special visit to these young men. I've seen this video going all about social media, and that says that these young men obviously, well, you can see the kids generally, as we've seen in many of the videos. I saw another video of the Prime Minister on the campaign trail with a child in his hand while addressing I was like, what's going on here? While addressing the crowd, he had a Chinese and he was in the sun, he had his hat on, and I was like,
and a microphone in hand.
and a microphone in the other hand, and that little girl, she was having the time of her life. She was there at peace, and the Prime Minister was talking, and she was just there. And she was just there. So that appeal is something that I've been thinking about a lot. What's the approach to the elections? The approach to the elections are different from both sides. Yes, back in 2020, the Prime Minister was at a way higher rate of popularity back then. And yes, we have experienced 9 years of Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and his leadership of the country. But despite, critics, despite persons talking about his own popularity, there still seems to be that pull among children for the Prime Minister. And when you look at it, he still has that pull across the country to just go in. People, loving their Prime Minister, people are greeting their Prime Minister, and that's a part of the pull of the Jamaica Labour Party in the election. Even though it's not as 2020, it still holds weight in 2025. The PMP, they have a different pull. The pull of the PMP now is around a common mission, not necessarily a leader pull, which I think the JLP has and they've controlled that leader pull, and they've tried to ensure that they keep it intact over the last 9 years. The PMP now have a mission pull, and their mission pull is really their slogan. A lot of people, downplay their slogan, and I think their slogan is just that. It's simple, and it's saying exactly what their mission is. They just want to be the government, and there's nothing you can say to a man's mission if that is what he has put himself up to do. So I'll admit, I don't think that Mark Golding will ever get the level of popularity that Dr. Andrew Holness would have as a leader, as a prime minister, as how he carries himself and how he interacts with people. But I think the strengths are different, Tana, because the PMP, they have a mission, they know what they're after, and all they're doing is just trying to ensure that all their candidates coalesce in a way that will bring them to victory, because it's the numbers that matter in the end. One thing I'll tell you though, when the prime minister goes in these spaces, I saw another video, and I saw the little girls who were so excited to see the prime minister as well. He's always had that, and he had that from he was Minister of Education back in the day. A lot of people don't remember that. A couple years ago as well, when he was doing some school tours, just talking to students. I don't know if you remember that one, Tana. I thought that was potent and brilliant, and I thought that was something that if we have a Minister of Education, that's something they really should do, to connect with the students, to hear their concerns at a more granular level, because you can listen to everything at the top, but it's good for you to connect with your citizens. And that is what campaigning brings to the table, Tana. It brings the opportunity for leaders and for prospective leaders to meet people, to engage with them, and for us, who are critics or onlookers, to see what their likability is with the people they're interacting with. I'm saying all of that to say, Mr. Prime Minister, if you're in the hearing of my voice, you may need to go and visit
Northwest Manchester.
Northwest Manchester again. You may need to pop in for about 5 minutes, just to see those two little ones, because we like to say children are the future, but I see so much impact on their lives to meet their prime minister, since as you see, they would have been really excited to see you, and that's what's on my mind.